So my name is Andy Fletcher. I'm the game director on Jurassic World Evolution 3.
And my name's Sandy Samarco, and I'm a principal designer on Jurassic World Evolution 3.
Lovely stuff. Yeah, it's so nice to have you guys here today.
Great to be here.
Awesome. Cool. So Jurassic World Evolution 3, what an incredible project. And you guys getting to work on the third installment of this title. That's super, super exciting. It's just gone out. It's been announced. People are starting to talk about it. Like, how does it feel now that it's out there in the world?
Yeah, it's super exciting, you know, to be revealing the hard work that everyone's been doing here in the studio for so long, and finally unveil everything that we've been planning for this third installment. And you know, the feedback's been really positive. We're
So
really
good.
excited
Yes,
to see what everyone's saying about the game. It's a huge year for Jurassic in general, so yeah, it's a really exciting time.
Yeah, loads going on there. It's incredible. So starting off with the creative tools, we've got some new stuff for our creative players. There's modular building. Can you tell us a bit about that? What are we expecting with that? What can we do with it?
So modular buildings is basically, as far as Frontier is concerned, we're well known for putting a lot of effort into making sure you can create all sorts of amazing structures. And so we're bringing that to Jurassic World Evolution 3. So every building, actually under the hood, we comprised of hundreds, thousands, just stacks of individual components that you can get in there and you can tweak. So you can, basically what you can create is up to you now.
I think one of the big things to emphasize really is that we wanted the game to feel like a Jurassic World Evolution game. It was absolutely essential to us that, you know, this wasn't a barrier to entry. We wanted it to feel like a JWE game. So that's been really paramount in our minds. But when you scratch below the surface, you'll find an incredible array of
under the hood. There's so much more stuff, but it's no harder to do than previous games. You can just plonk buildings down; they'll look beautiful. But you can make your own stuff, or you can take existing buildings and just tweak them however you want. The game has loads of lovely buildings to use. So if you're not that way inclined, there are stacks of blueprints. But I think we're going a little bit further. You want to talk about the blueprints is getting a significant upgrade for Jurassic World Evolution 3.
I mean, the big new frontier really is the integration of the Frontier Workshop.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is and it's cross-platform. So across all the platforms that the game is available on, players will be able to upload what they've created, both in terms of specific building types, general scenery, and also whole parks that they've built. And other players will be able to download those creations and, you know, visit those parks and use those blueprints, use those creations in their own parks. So again, there's lots for players to kind of choose from in the game at launch, you know, across a variety of themes as well. We didn't really talk about the scenery themes. We've got classic Jurassic themes.
Yeah, there's so much there. Those are really cool.
We've got new themes inspired by the campaign. So there's thousands of pieces for people to delve into.
So beyond just the building, there's obviously a lot more coming to the creative side of things as well. We've also got a whole host of new terrain tools, which are going to expand, again, just that variety in the park. So can you tell us a bit about those as well?
Yeah, so terrain looks beautiful, but now we've kind of taken off all of the latches so that you can build it pretty much however you want. The terrain tools have had a massive upgrade. It's way more vertical. We've got these really cool brushes that do a lot of the heavy lifting artistically for you. You paint them down and they're filled with detail objects that our artists have carefully constructed. So even someone like me, it's very easy, very quickly to create something that's very, very pretty.
You can now build parks across multiple levels and have your vehicles, guests, dinosaurs traverse them up to a point. And even beyond that point, you can now use terrain in other interesting ways. So you can actually use terrain and large scenery items to enclose dinosaurs.
Yes.
So, you know, creating more naturalistic enclosures.
Yeah.
So, you know,
That's gonna be amazing.
the tools in their own right are very powerful. But beyond that, we've loosened the restrictions on having to have fencing all the way around all the time of the dinosaurs.
So cool.
It's not always going to, you know, you don't have to have that feel to your parks anymore. You can make it look as if the dinosaurs are in a kind of in a valley or in a sort of a kind of a rocky area, and again it just adds to that sense of those dinosaurs feel more integrated with the natural world. It's kind of one of the themes of the campaign as well. It's about, you know, how in this point in the Jurassic timeline can we make it so that dinosaurs are integrated more naturally with the environment, with
Yeah.
sites all around the globe.
Yeah, amazing. And I think you can also use water as well. Can we also use water to
water.
create?
Yeah, we can use water.
There's a lot on that.
We've got more water for everyone. We've got deep water now, which I think people may have seen.
A little sneak peek.
Yeah, some Spinosaurus enjoying that. But you can use that to enclose dinosaurs as well. Not all dinosaurs, obviously not all dinosaurs can swim. And not many can swim through deep water, so you can enclose them in water. You can create waterfalls now very easily.
Awesome. So yes, loads coming on the creative side of things. But now let's start talking a little bit about, I think, what everyone is most excited about, the juveniles. They look absolutely amazing, absolutely adorable. Can you talk to us a little bit about what it was like bringing them to life?
Yeah, so I mean, this is a
lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm sure.
It's a real new frontier for the game. So, it's quite a privilege actually to be bringing juvenile versions of these dinosaurs that everyone loves to the world for the first time. We've seen juveniles in the Jurassic movies, and we've taken inspiration from those, but there's a huge amount of dinosaur species that we've not seen juveniles for in the Jurassic movies. So it's been a real journey of working with our partners at Universal, with noted paleontologists, including Steve Brusate, who was a consultant on the movies as well, and concepting, iterating till we get these juveniles that as you say, they're just absolute wonderful to kind of watch. And it's really incredible to kind of bring those to players for the first time. And it's the juveniles are spectacular, but it's that family unit as well that's really exciting.
Seeing them all together now.
It's the juvenile, the female, and now the male.
Yeah, well. It's a big overhaul in terms of what the dinosaurs need to do. That we've had to go into the inner workings of them to make sure that now they can function distinctly. We've got familial species and herd species and more solitary species. So the way that we had to do lots of changes to behaviours, make sure we have cool new juvenile specific behaviours, parents calling out to them following the parents, play chasing with each other, and then based on these differences, the different types of dinosaurs, you can get some, like I say, they're very familial, they'll only stick with mum and dad, and other ones that are more gregarious, possibly even to their own detriment, because they might end up following dinosaurs that aren't quite as happy being followed by them. But there's a giant big structure underneath juveniles to support it.
100%. And just touching on that, it's a whole new level of engagement. What kind of things can we expect there? What do we need to sort of pay attention to?
Well, for example, juveniles might have different paleo needs to adults. If you've got a brachiosaur, with a great big long neck that normally feeds on high trees and leaves in trees, a juvenile brachiosaur, it's not quite as tall, might not be able to reach, so you need to make sure that you've got some ground leaves for it. And the same for some of the carnivores, some of the small carnivores. When the juveniles, they can't really take down live prey, so you need to make sure they've got meat feeders. And again, social needs, some juveniles are happier when there's a bunch of them together. Other ones, they need mum and dad around, and they're going to get distressed if they're not. So there's a whole bunch of these social dynamics going on that make, basically differentiate the species. So each time you've got a new species that you want to breed, there's more things to consider, to look after.
You guys have obviously touched on it a bit now. There's breeding that's coming to the game. That's a big part of it, natural breeding. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? We've touched on a lot of things there, but can we talk a little bit more about, because we're synthesizing males now, what the loops look like? There's nests and a whole host of new things coming there as well.
Yeah, so you start off, obviously all dinosaurs in Jurassic World are female, but now with research you'll be able to unlock the male genome, start synthesizing males and females and looking after them, making sure they're happy. And when your dinosaurs are thriving, you'll be able to put down these new structures. So we've got nests. Obviously dinosaurs, they like to lay their eggs in safe places, so you can construct these kind of locations that they're drawn to. But even the nests, different dinosaur species have different needs for nests. Some dinosaurs don't want their nests visible to guests, for example. You've got to hide them away. And other ones, they like it if there are lots of nests together. Things like that. All dinosaurs are all different. And then once the conditions are right, as it were, the lights turn down, the music's playing, if the nest's in the right place and your dinosaurs are happy, then they can breed now, and you'll get eggs. And then after the juveniles have spent the time in the nest, they'll emerge. And so it's a whole new cycle.
It's a whole family, and of course that means that there's loads to take care of. I'm imagining there's a lot more now to manage and to take care of. And I know we've incorporated a whole host of new features there as well to make that a bit easier ATVs, security cameras, that kind of thing. So
yeah, so there's
tell us a bit about that.
as you build out your parks, we want to give players new tools to manage, control the chaos that tends to happen when you breed dinosaurs.
Yeah, doesn't always work out as you plan.
It doesn't always work out perfectly. So, we have some new tools in the mix now. As you mentioned, we've got security cameras. So, this allows you to kind of, set up, security cameras at key points around your park, key strategic points where they might be able to spot evidence of a dinosaur breaking out and being a threat to guests.
Yep.
And if you link those to your response centers, to your response
capture teams, helicopters,
then you can actually have those capture teams come and automatically tranquilize the dinosaur that's escaped. So this is a really smart thing to do if you've got dangerous dinosaurs and you've got a lot of guests.
You don't want dinosaurs to think they don't mix. You lose lots of money.
And then in addition to that, we have a new maintenance team, which this is our maintenance team. They drive around these cool little ATVs, which is super fun to drive.
They're super fun.
Particularly in combination with the terrain tools we talked about there.
Yes,
We waste a lot of time playing with those.
Racetracks, maybe? I don't know.
So these guys now are in charge of repairing and resupplying. So in that example I just gave, if the dinosaur is broken out, and you put down a supply post that has the broken fence in range of an ATV team, they'll come and just repair the fence. So as you can see, you've got more abilities to kind of plan ahead of time and have your response teams kind of respond on their own volition. And it means that you can, particularly in bigger parks, you can be building out and doing something else.
Yeah, it just takes the pressure off you.
Yeah, you don't have
your
to respond
eyes everywhere.
immediately. You don't have to kind of do everything manually if you don't want to.
If you set it up well, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
If you've got them in stupid places, then
so rewards planning, rewards a bit of strategy, and some really cool, powerful tools particularly for bigger parks.
Awesome. Yeah, that's going to be incredibly exciting. Lovely stuff. So there's a lot of new features there, but moving over to the campaign now. The campaign, there's a lot for us to do there. It's we're going to be sort of traveling the globe, basically, like literally there. Can you tell us a bit about what we can expect with the campaign?
Yeah, for sure. So our narrative is set just after the events of Dominion, and that's a point in the Jurassic timeline where, dinosaurs are out across the globe.
They're out.
And that's a really fascinating place to be from a game perspective, because it means we can go venture across the globe and see some new locations and dinosaurs in locations we've maybe not seen before. So in our campaign, you'll be working for the Dinosaur Integration Network, which is an organization set up by Cabot Finch, my favorite returning Cabot Finch.
Nice to see him back.
Yeah, and this is all about creating sites that to help dinosaurs integrate more kind of ethically, I guess, into the modern world. And so you will start out in North America. You're starting some sites there, but as the campaign opens up, you'll unlock new sites across East Asia and in Europe as well. And as you open each one up, you'll be able to kind of go freely back to previous parks.
Yes. Use
dinosaurs and research technologies that you've unlocked to go back and improve those parks, unlock new areas in those parks. And so there's just a much broader kind of scope to it, and everything's kind of interlinked. And you can just jump around a lot more if you want to.
You can play at your pace, at your speed, at your focus, basically.
And we tried to make sure that each level doesn't just have is visually distinct in terms of the location, the lighting, but also it has its own particular goals. So you'll be working for clients, and each park has its own measure of success in terms of what counts for a 5-star park rating. So some clients might be more interested in the juveniles, and some might be more about marine reptiles. Some might not want any synthesis at all, and so there's lots of different kind of some might be about tours and guest satisfaction. So they try to kind of push the variety of each level so that it really feels like a different challenge that you're going to.
There's a whole host of new attractions coming as well, different ways for you to interact with the dinosaurs. I mean, can we touch on that a little bit, maybe?
You'll be able to see the dinosaurs from new perspectives. So hot air balloon is one very prominent one. Again, a lot more verticality that it adds into the level. So it's really exciting to bring that and go over your enclosures. You'll also be able to get much closer to dinosaurs with the dinosaur encounter.
Yes, we saw that in the trailer.
Yeah, we saw a very small glimpse of it, actually petting dinosaurs. So that's really, really exciting. That's been something we wanted to do for a long time. And, a lot of these things, they obviously add the dynamism to the levels, but also, that those creative tools that we've got allow you to kind of, also, dress them in your own way as well, and, bed them into your park. So, great new attractions and great new aesthetics coming with them as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
nice.
paths. We didn't even mention paths as well, like the paths that go to these
Yes.
attractions as well. We've got new path styles. We've got natural paths now, so you can again make your kind of park facilities kind of look more embedded with
Even
the
more
natural world.
integrated, more organic.
more
yeah.
plausible. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really, really beautiful. Yeah, super, super cool. Lovely stuff. Well, we've got more to say on attractions in the coming months. We can't say anything just yet, but yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it very, very soon. But yes, thank you so much, you guys. It's been lovely having you. Finally getting able to talk about Jurassic World Evolution 3 has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us on the couch.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Great stuff. For our digital release that's coming out on the 21st of October, if you pre-order that now, you will be able to get a hold of the Badlands set, which will be bringing iconic scenery pieces from the original Jurassic Park film to your park. So get in there and pre-order that now, because the sets are really, really cool.